It's that time again to find out what the hottest selling cards in Magic this week were. I mean, when we're looking at all the sales going on and Lord of the Rings dominating for as long as it has been, do we think we have a chance with Wilds of Eldraine, maybe Commander Masters? Well, don't worry. Stay tuned because it's coming up next. Wallet fatigue may be setting in, but that doesn't mean players are done buying. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thanks again for hanging out with me on my channel today. And when you look at Lord of the Rings and how long it's been dominating this market, it's no surprise that most of the cards we're going to look at today are from Lord of the Rings. We are at the wallet fatigue stage of the year. It's the end, where although there's some good sets coming out and still a few more coming, we've got Doctor Who coming up. We've got amazing things from the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, and then of course Wilds of Eldraine has just dropped right now. But that doesn't mean it'll have strong enough sales to make it in the top 10 this week. But I'll tell you one thing, an old school card has made the list this week and it blew my mind, but the sales prove that anything can happen when it comes to a top 10 video. So let's not waste any time today. Let's dive right into this. We're going to start at number 10, go to number 1, but these are the hottest selling cards and something weird is going on. Surprise! The number 10 card this week is From the Dark, and it is Drowned. Now, this is a card most new players will not be aware of as it's an old 4 Horsemen card, but Drowned is a 1 blue, 1 generic, 1/1 zombie. It's a blue zombie that regenerates for 1 black mana. Always had cool artwork. It's just interesting to see how old cards can make it on the list. And this is the first time I think in a very long time any card made it. But this card averages like 15 cents. You can see there it has 1,200 sales, but at an average price of 30 cents and the market price being 15 cents, it would not take a lot of money to make this card actually pop onto the list. The strangest thing was finding all the sales. Now, I had a big chunk that were shown to me, and that let me go delving to see exactly how many there were. I averaged it out to about 1,200, so it's kind of impressive that this card has made the list. It just shows that some players are taking advantage of some old school pricing and enjoying themselves picking up some old favorites. Now, number 9 this week is Garucks Uprising with 1,506 sales this week. The average price tag is $2.81 US. The market price is $2.53. A foil is $3.48 US. And of course, it is €2.06 to get this card to your house. It's around $4 here in Canada. I mean, it's kind of funny to see a card like this from M21. It's had reprints. But with Wilds of Eldraine, I'm not surprised with that cool image they gave us that this card isn't, having a little more popularity. I like the price of it. It's not bad. It's a good card. I'm not really that surprised, actually. It's fine. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 8 this week, and that is Sol Ring Borderless Edition. I guess this is week number 3 that this Commander Masters card has made the list. 1,904 sales this week. Average price is $6.58 US. The market price is $6.08 US. A foil, $19.56 US. €6.19 to get this card to your house. Here in Canada, you're looking at around $12. So take a look around. I think this card will actually average out to about $10. You just got to wait for the price to fall a little bit. I do love the artwork, but it's still an uncommon. New artwork on an old face. It doesn't do much for me in terms of make me want to buy the version though. I like the art. I'm not willing to pay that much money for an uncommon. Now, number 7 this week is All That Glitters, the Borderless Edition again. 2,203 sales this week. Average price tag 30 cents. Market price is 22 cents. Foil is 67 cents, and it's 48 euro to get this card to your house. It's around 50 cents here in Canada. Now, before we continue with the video here, I just want to mention that this is that period I talked about 2 weeks ago that should have happened a while ago, and that is the slowing of the market. These cards are at lower sales volumes. You see an old school card like Drowned making the list, which of course would not normally happen with the sales volumes we've seen. It shows everyone's just kind of in that wallet fatigue stage. Things are slowing down for players. Everyone's taking a breath to catch up. End of year stuff, life stuff, food stuff, paying your rent. Everything's kind of just putting a little bit of a crush on things. I think it's just a sign of the times. It's something to be aware of. I thought it was going to happen weeks ago, but instead we're having it seems to be happening now. I won't really know until we see Wilds of Eldraine next week and see how the sales kind of come out for that. Now let's go ahead and take a look at number 6. That is A Stern Scolding from Lord of the Rings, Tales of Middle-earth. 2,402 sales this week. Average price tag is 65 cents. Market price is 59 cents. It is a foil of $3.77. 62-cent euro to get that card into your house, and it's around $1 here in Canada. Again, it's a good card. I'm not surprised. It's an instant for 1 blue. Counter target creature spell with power or toughness 2 or less. Makes perfect sense. It's great. I mean, it's selective, but it's still fun to have around. Now, the number 5 card this week is the Lambus Bread. Of course, it's the Lambus Bread. Who's not surprised? 2,605 sales, but with a card like this, it's 25 cents. You can see the market price is 16 cents. A foil is 99 cents, 32-cent euro. But take a look at the card again, guys. Remember what it can do for you. It's a generic 2 casting cost. When it comes into play, you scry, then you draw, and you can sacrifice it for 2 life. It's a good card, guys. And of course, when it goes into your graveyard, you get to shuffle it back into your library. This card is one of those cards that it may not be the most valuable card, but its utilitarian purpose in a deck construction is amazing, okay? So many multifaceted effects that can help you in the time you really need it. It's great. Now, number 4 this week. That is the Fairy Heartbringer. Now, it's funny, I just discussed this with some people on the Discord last night. It was not on the hit list other than it was a fairly moderate sales listing. So I took a look and scoured around. And yeah, you know what? The sales add up. It's 2,675 sales. I waited up a little bit late to get the information, but still good. That's September 1st to the 8th of 2023. You can see this card totally shot up in the last little while. Average price, $6.10. $6.35 is the market. Sorry, my apologies. $26.86 US. Wow, that's an expensive foil, of course, from Lorwyn. And of course, it's 58-cent euro to get this card into your house. Now, when you're taking a look at this card, by the way, it's about $8 here in Canada. Lightly played. They didn't have any near mints left. Now, this card is something I've been mentioning. If you looked at my video yesterday, you should go take a look at it. It talks about cards like this. It's an uncommon. It's a fairy wizard. Remember, fairy, wizard, dual thing. It has flash. It has flying. It costs 4. Seems kind of expensive. But when the Heartbringer comes into play, search your library for a fairy card, reveal it, shuffle your library, and put that card on top. Again, there's a lot of card mechanics that focus around this kind of effect. And they were cheap until they weren't. Pay attention to that. We have cards like Ixalan coming up. Just watch yesterday's video. I explain everything and what you should be looking for. It's a good read, good watch, and it's like 14 minutes, but it's still pretty good. Now let's go ahead and take number 3, the Generous Ent. That's right, that Ent is still around. 2,993 sales. Okay, this is it's getting a little bit higher now. The average price is 46 cents. The market's 37 cents. Foil is $2.61, 31-cent euro. It's about $1.50 here in Canada, actually. A little bit harder to come by. Now, of course, the Generous Ent. I look at all these forest cycling, land cycling cards, right? It has reach. It's a creature, but I love the fact you need the land, you can go get the land. Later on, you don't need it. You get a big beastie creature that's maybe not the most mana efficient, but it's 5/7 with reach, so it's pretty respectable. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at number 2 this week, and that is, of course, the Troll of Kazakhdom. All right, now again, Tales of Middle-earth. It has 3,598 sales from the 1st to the 8th. You can see the average price tag is still trending upwards, with this card reaching now $1.35. I think when we first saw this, it was 28 cents, I think. The market price is $1.26. Foil is $3.56. And of course, it's 59-cent euro to get this card to your house, $2.50 here in Canada. Now, again, with cards like this jumping up in price. Now, by jumping, I realize it's not a $20 card, but it was like 28 cents. And now it's like, times 5 almost in price, like it's quadrupled in price. That's something to be aware of, okay? Cards like this and people who can shift and move product lines like this can make a lot of money if they have strength of volume to move play sets of 4 out. Just something to keep in mind. Now, we waited long enough. Let's check out the number 1 card. And again, look at these top 3. The Generous Ent, the Troll of Kazakhdom, and now Lorien revealed. All right. Tales of Middle-earth, Lord of the Rings is still dominating the top. May not have as high of sales, but that's just, I think, wallet fatigue right now. 3,848.9 sales. We've got an average price of $3.12 US. The market price is $2.79 US. A foil is $6.50 US. And it's €1.98 to get this card into your house. Now, the price for this card is dipping down now. It's finally starting to trend down from over that $4 or $5 mark. It's still around $8 here in Canada, I think. Like, they're hard to find. There's not as many available, so it's still pretty pricey depending on where you look. So keep your eyes out. I'm sure it'll get restocked at some point and the price will drop. But the couple places I saw were pretty pricey. I think you can wait. But cards like this are great. But when we're looking at wallet fatigue and everything going on, these prices are going to trend down. So although that's still your #1 card, I'm not sure if that thing's going to hang in there next week when we start getting the sales figures for Wilds of Eldraine. I'll be curious to see if the market for the singles of those cards really picked up enough, or if people just kind of kept what they got and are holding on, because we know people are not opening as many boxes, which means the data, the sales stuff takes longer to get there, and it trickles in a little bit weird now, but it's still out there. You just got to go looking for it. So either way, this is the way it shapes up this week. We have a really old school card that ended up on the list, all the way down to Lord of the Rings is still rocking the ship and owns everything right now, with a couple of like Commander Master cards slipping in and a Lorwyn card out of the blue. That's the way we have it. That's the way it's wrote. Guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with me here on the channel. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for the Reserve List edition. We're going to have a great time to find out what the top 10 selling Reserve List cards are. You guys have an awesome day. Don't forget, bring a friend to Magic, and shop smart, shop S-Mart. And of course, guys, a big shout out and thank you to the fantastic patrons and supporters of my channel, my YouTube membership members, my regular viewers who tune in every day to watch my content. Thanks again for being here and supporting the channel. Have an awesome day. Welcome back to the Ramble Jamble. You guys made it. Thanks for being here. Now, here at the end of the video, I'm just going to let you guys know, I will probably have a gap in my videos because I have a little family thing coming up. It's Mrs. Mox and my anniversary. We're taking mini Mox, and it may be pretty hard to film where I'm going to be. I'm going to try to get some filming done ahead of time to kind of fill the gap, but it means it won't be very accurate if I try to do a top 10 video next weekend. So I probably will not cover a top 10, and next weekend probably will not have a live stream of any type. So I just want to make people aware of that now. There'll be a little bit of gap in the programming I normally provide to everyone, and the reason is it's my anniversary. We all need a little bit of time, and happy wife, happy life. All right, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. Shop smart, shop S-Mart, and yeah, remember the happy wife, happy life thing. It's important. Guys, have a great one. I'll see you tomorrow.